you do it, but...
I just did.
Oh.
I started recording.
Somehow I still missed it. Hello, everybody.
Hey, guys.
And welcome back to our podcast. I'm Abby.
I like to think of it more as an experience. I'm Ethan.
And this is... We could talk about that. Oh, look at us.
I don't know. I thought I was trying to match your intonation, and then I've drank a good bit.
Yeah, I got some catching up to do. I was just working out, so I got a little bit of pre-workout in me, but that's about it.
In the way your pitch was going, inflection.
Yeah, like how I'm saying something.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna go. We could talk about that.
Oh, you thought I was gonna get goofy with it.
I thought you were going on like a roller coaster.
I could.
Yeah, what's up? Hey, how's it going?
Hey, guys. Hi.
Hey.
Hope you're doing all right.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm good too.
I guess we got your voicemail. We'll call you back later. I feel like we're leaving a voicemail. But yeah, hi everybody.
Hey. Let's just keep saying hi.
Yeah, this whole podcast is just me and Ethan saying we could talk about that, but we're just gonna talk about how we could say hi.
Yeah.
That's fun. Not really.
Hello.
This week we're talking about
Recess.
Oh, come on, my drum roll. Oh. This is what we do every time. Recess. Yeah.
How spectacular.
Thank you.
Can I first ask, as like a homeschooled kid, do you feel like you missed out on a lot of recess?
Well, no, because I was homeschooled from 5th grade on, so I kind of had primetime recess.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, at my private Christian school, but there were kids my age.
Sure.
I wasn't just alone. And I didn't only have to interact with my sister, so I had some kind of normal experience. Do you do more in recess after 5th grade? Does recess get crazy?
No, my middle school, we technically had...
Just like free period?
No, we had like after lunch, which was like 25 minutes, we had like another 25-minute period after that where you'd go outside if you wanted to, or you could just stay in like the lunchroom or something. And then there were like basketball courts and like a soccer field.
You'd play some horse with your buddies?
No, not really. I stayed inside a lot of the time with the guys.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you seem like you'd stay inside.
We went outside sometimes, but we would just stand around and talk.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I did in high school. I mean...
In high school, we didn't have anything like that.
Yeah. We kind of had... Well, I mean, I guess that was just lunch, that we had a little bit of time after lunch, because we just had a long time. One of the times that we had lunch, though, me and my sister and Emily, one of our friends... we all drove to Little Caesars, and I got a whole bag of breadsticks and ate them all. And then we went, obviously, back to the church, and all the moms were like, "Where were you guys?" So we didn't tell anyone where we went. But to be fair, we were seniors at that point, and it kind of didn't matter.
Sure.
But still, a little bit irresponsible. But that was me being crazy, as I left school to get crazy bread.
That's a crazy story.
I know.
We technically had like a closed campus, so we weren't allowed to leave school during lunch. But for my junior and then also my senior year, I had classes. So for my senior year, I had a newspaper right before that. And before lunch, and in newspaper, I was the website editor. And as editors, we were allowed to. Yeah, I got a bobby pin on already.
I don't know if that's fun to play with. I'm worried about you fidgeting.
Oh, yeah, that's not bad. As editors, like, we were allowed to, like, leave campus to go and, like, interview / do, like...
is that when you do
newspaper business or
film
whatever?
Stuff, kind
No,
of?
we were allowed to leave campus for film, but my senior year, that was my first period of the day.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it was my second period of the day. The only real class I had, like, my last trimester of my senior year was AP Calculus.
Ooh.
If I can push my glasses up.
Ooh. Yeah, I never took any AP classes, but I was homeschooled, so.
Yeah, but so we always felt so cool because we were like the only kid. We would like walk back into school and
Yeah.
like be eating shit. But also,
Eating shit?
well,
That's
like
gross.
Wendy's and
Yeah,
stuff.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
But then like after like 2 weeks of my, I might have to get. This is so far off track of recess, but whatever. I like explaining this because I feel like I gamed the system.
Okay. Hey, explain it.
My senior year, well, going into at Plainwell, like when I was in like middle school and also like definitely in high school, but also in middle school, you hear like rumblings of it. Like your last trimester of your senior year, you can choose to have a free period of either like the last period of the day so you can leave early or the first period of the day so you can like sleep in.
Yeah.
And this was like there's like whispers of this, you know. And then you get to high school and you like seniors start doing it and you're like, holy fucking shit. I can't wait to be a senior.
Yeah.
My senior year, they changed that.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's because the state of Michigan apparently said, you can't do this. These kids have to be in school.
Oh.
But whatever. But so, like, we felt so fucking screwed over.
Yeah.
And, like, honestly, rightfully so. And, all like, the administration, like, sided with us.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, okay, here's the deal. You can do, like, an online class that if you're very diligent, you could finish in about a week.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, you can just
technically
leave.
a free.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's super nice.
And then so I chose to do it as my fifth. We only had 5 periods. I had that as my 5th period, and then for my 4th period, I took another online class. That was like, it was like plays or whatever, and I was able to finish that in about 2 weeks. So then, my day, I was able to leave essentially after lunch, but I just didn't even go to lunch. I would just leave during lunch. And then my third
So what
period,
time would you leave school?
at like 11.
So you'd be there from 7 to 11?
Yeah,
Straight to
about
11?
yeah, it's like 7:25.
Yeah.
But my third period was newspaper, in which I was the online editor, so I did fuck all.
Yeah.
My second period was my film class, so like the only class I like actually like tried in. Well, no, and then my first hour was AP Calc, so I started the day like doing some tough shit, and then I went and filmed some stuff, and then I fucked around in newspaper, and then I just left.
Nice.
Dude, I gamed that shit so hard.
Ugh. What a great story.
What
crazy story.
Yeah. What about recess?
Do you have any that's really cool that you were able to cheat the system.
Oh,
good job.
Yeah, thanks.
What's your favorite recess memory? Did you have any games that you were like, this is my go-to, this is what I want to do during recess?
I think I've told you about this before, but like my childhood best friend Kevin, he and I on like our elementary school playground. We had like this. I don't even remember what we called it, but it was like monkey bars that like curled down and made an arc.
Yeah.
But there were like 2 of them, so it made like a cross, you know. So like almost and like
an X
yeah
shaped monkey bar.
And so Kevin and I, we would hang at like the pinnacle of the bars, so like our feet weren't touching the ground, and we would just kick each other. And like whoever would fall like lost, and we called it kickboxing. That was a really fun one.
Did you ever get like bruised from that, or any kind of?
I'm sure I did.
Crazy damage.
I'm surprised. Thinking back on it, I'm surprised neither of us like kicked each other in the face, because like when falling, there's a pretty high chance to kick someone in the face.
Seriously, did you get in trouble for doing that?
I think at one point the teacher was like, "Hey, you don't do that anymore."
Kicking each other.
Yeah, or like it became like such a big thing, like with all the other boys or whatever.
Sure. Did it ever get so serious that like you kind of hurt each other that then you got upset and were like really trying to hurt the other?
That's just typical. I feel like little boy behavior, you know. Like,
well, me and Katie would do that also, but like we would. I mean, I don't know. I think that's just a kid response to be like, let's play fight, and then you get a little bit hurt, and you're like, oh no, I'm gonna fucking hurt you back.
when Kevin and I were like 10 and 11, we set this rule up more towards Kevin. Where like if I did anything to Kevin,
grab your thing. Ethan's click clacking with the magnet. So you do the thing with Kevin.
Kevin would like if I like fucked with Kevin at all, he would be like, anything you do to me, I do 10 times harder to you.
Oh,
But then it's like, well, you do that to me, I'm gonna do it 10
times
times
harder
harder
to
to
you.
you. So
Sure.
yeah, and then we did another. It's not technically a game, but during winter specifically, like when you have all like the big coats
Yeah.
and stuff, a lot of the kids would just like get into fights. You know, they're just like play wrestling and stuff, and this was like a big thing. And then so
Sure.
Kevin
Well, you
and I
got some padding on you, so you're fine to
right.
box each other as long
Exactly.
as you can.
And so Kevin and I wouldn't participate in that. We would just go around and watch.
Oh, yeah.
So we called it Fight Watch.
Dude, that's so fun.
Yeah, we should just go around and watch fights on recess.
Yeah. You need to not let that go.
Oh, yeah.
And here,
I don't have it on.
oh, you were
Yeah,
just clicking with the mat. Oh,
Yeah, with
the
the clip.
clippy.
We gotta remove that also.
Yeah. We're trying to keep the audio as nice as possible for you guys because Ethan really likes fidgeting and keeps clicking around with the magnet a little because he likes playing because we're talking about recess.
Exactly.
Did you have like any recess lore?
Did you have any favorite
Yeah.
recess games?
Well, so I've got some certain things here. And this is all just gonna be me talking about my private Christian school. Because outside of that, we didn't. I had okay. I've got a couple of things I could talk about here. We had so at my school, it was at a church. And so there was like some houses and stuff kind of nearby, connected by the woods. And if you went a little further into the woods, you'd find like I don't know, deer blinds and stuff, like forts set in. So like I don't know who's really hunting right around there. But there was this one house that was like the closest house that you could get to the playground. And there were like the deer blinds around and stuff. So we all coined.
What the fuck is this playground?
Dude, don't ask me. But the person that used to, or I guess probably still does live in that house. I don't know. We coined him as the guy.
The guy.
And so we'd be playing recess and sometimes get a little closer to the woods. We weren't allowed to like obviously run through the woods during recess because the adults couldn't follow us in. But we'd always say that, oh my God, did you see that? Did you see the guy? And then we just like pretend that we would see like faces peeking out around the tree, like there is some creepy guy
Did
like trying to.
ever hear this?
Oh yeah.
So,
oh yeah.
Were they freaking the fuck out that there was someone just like stalking the playground?
Yes and no. So it's kind of like with what urban legends for the most part, where it's all like maybe founded a little bit in reality.
Yeah.
As I do think that there was possibly a pedophile that was around, and maybe the guy that lived in that house, that like did something a little bit weird. I'm not too sure. And so like there were a lot of adults for supervision to like make sure that we weren't obviously interacting with any adult people, but there weren't adult people because we're at a church,
Right.
and like during school hours that no one else is there. I don't know. But yeah, we just fuck around and say, "Oh my God, did you guys see the guy?" And like try to get as close to the woods as we could because we were all thirsting for danger. But yeah, just a lot of like kind of setting up forts. It was essentially like playing house, but not. Like we just like set up some sticks and twigs and say, "Here's the kitchen. We've recently renovated." I've got my kitchen here. This is the living room. You guys can sit on this log. Isn't it so comfortable? I mean, that was a lot of what we did.
And you guys would all have like your own houses.
Yeah. And this is another thing too. I always would like try to craft the best space.
Yeah.
But my sister was always better at that. Like substantially.
Really?
Oh my God.
Surprising.
Like hands down.
A little bird.
She really knows how to make a nest out of some twigs. But I don't know what it was about it, but something that Katie was always really good at was like kind of just spotting the best location first. So I would have like a nice setup, but she would just have the best spots. that I didn't realize were good until she kind of set it up, and I thought,
Right.
oh dang,
And
I
it's all
kind of
about location, dude.
I kind of want location, location, location. That's Sandy Gentry. Shout out one of the realtors from Grand Haven. Her slogan is
God, she
location,
must be rich as
location,
hell.
location, location, dedication.
Oh, that's fun.
And I went to school with her daughter Madison. Almost called her son. And we built a lot of forts with Madison. She was there, and Kara, and
Dude.
Katie, and
We built a lot of forts also. Not on recess, though, just at Kevin's house. Because he
Yeah.
lived right next to a place where we called the Weeds, which is kind of just like an undeveloped lot, like in his neighborhood that had a bunch of tall trees and tall grass in it.
yeah.
And we would set up forts, and then, like, the way we wouldn't play house, we would play, like, I don't know, like, mini civilization?
Oh sure.
Someone would be, like, the stick harvester. And then, like, so sticks were kind of the currency. So being the stick harvester is kind of, like, the best gig you could get.
Yeah.
And then, so, like, there would be people who would go around and, like, with sharper sticks, they would go and, like, cut the tall grass. And that's what you would put on, like, the side of your forts and stuff.
Sure.
And there were, like, builders who would, like, help you, like, build your fort.
This was a
and
whole
stuff.
operation.
Yeah,
then.
dude, there were a
Dang.
lot of kids in this neighborhood.
And you would never try to do this during recess?
Yeah. No. We didn't have any trees
So
on our
you weren't
playground.
like, yeah, I
This
guess
would be like after school.
we were right next to a bunch of woods. So,
Right.
but you didn't have
I
woods
mean,
right by your playground?
We did, but we weren't definitely not allowed to go into them.
Oh, sure.
Because at my
They're dangerous.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
Yeah.
There was this one time that we were all, I don't know why we were just shaking trees. But all of us were just kind of walking around like, "Oh my god, look how much I can shake this tree." I don't know, trying to prove that we were strong or something. I shook this tree and a branch fucking fell from it, and it fell, I don't know, a couple inches away from, it was either my sister or Keegan. I'm not too sure, but one of them nearly got knocked in the noggin with a pretty big branch.
Shit.
That like it's not because I shook it that it fell. It was definitely like dead and fallen off. That because it was fucking chunky. Like it would have done some real damage.
Yeah.
Like
Especially to a child.
yeah, that brain damage level. Did you ever get hurt on the playground? Do you ever have any playground incidents?
Yeah, one time. So a lot of times during like later elementary school, I would play football during recess.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one time where someone was going to like punt the football, and I like went to like dive to like try and block the punt, and then it got like kicked like right into my face.
Ugh.
And like, yeah, that really didn't feel good. And then I said, "What the hell?" And I was,
Oh,
and it was
no.
Oh man.
Did an adult hear
I
you?
don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think anything really ever came from that.
Yeah.
But it's you were talking about someone getting bonked on the head. One time we were playing football and someone punted the ball. It went and it landed on one of our recess like superintendent's heads, and she like fainted from it.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it was a big deal. They were thinking about taking away football from us.
One time Katie kicked a soccer ball in my face and it broke my glasses and I thought it broke my nose.
Oh,
That's why my
jeez.
nose looks weird from the side. From one angle. The right side, it looks kind of like I got a point, and it's because I think it
yikes.
partially broke. And this is when Katie and I had the exact same pair of glasses. There was a new pair of glasses too. I maybe had them for 2 weeks. And I think Katie just didn't this was not intentional. Katie did not mean to do this.
I mean, if she did, that's a good aim.
But yeah, that's the thing. Good aim, and then also I had to get a new pair of glasses, so we weren't matching anymore. She wanted to be unique.
I feel like she should have broken her own then, because then she would have been able to control what glasses she got.
Wow. She liked him, though.
Oh.
I think she might have picked him out first, and I just also was like, yeah, we have the same face, and these are just arguably the best frames for our face.
Sure.
But I don't know, I got a different pair after that, because they fucking snapped in half. And I remember that, like, everybody rallied around me, because they could tell that it did some damage. I immediately ran to the bathroom, I think, with a bloody nose. Mm-hmm. And, Kara, one of the girls that, like, I wasn't even super close with at the time, was, like, making sure my sister wasn't getting close to me. Like,
Oh, jeez.
back off. She needs her space. You kicked her in the face with a soccer ball.
Oh,
like,
shit.
I was like, oh my god.
Wow.
I like,
Really
thanks,
rallying
Kara,
for
I
you.
guess. But also, I'd like to talk to my sister. Yeah. But I felt bad about that branch falling. That could have been awful.
Could have been disastrous.
You ever do jump rope for recess? Oh,
Did you have any crazy recess rules? Like rules set in place during recess?
well, I was gonna say real quick about the jump rope because I did have a jump rope thing. We did a lot of double dutch, stuff like that, and jump ins. One time I did that, and for some reason the jump rope we had wasn't even rope; it was like plastic, for our like bigger ones.
Yeah, I know what you're
I
talking about.
got whipped in the face.
Those things hurt.
Hard. Oh, and I can still feel it. Like, ooh, I think after that, the jump rope was kind of over for me because it hurt so bad and it stung and it was red.
Was it the kind that's like segments of plastic,
Nope.
like on string?
It was all one tube
Okay.
of plastic.
Interesting.
Neon orange.
I'm not familiar with those. I'm familiar with the
Tainted.
kind that's like,
Little segments.
yeah,
that kind
because
of
then it
bead
pinches your
almost.
skin when you get hit with it. Also,
Sure, that sucks. Recess rules. I mean, be careful when you're running. Don't hit people. I don't know. I don't think we really had spoken recess rules. It was just like stay inside the area where adults can see you
Sure.
and be nice. I think that was kind of. Did you have specific
Dude, we had
rules?
tons of rules. Like during winter, if you didn't have snow pants, you had to like stand on the sidewalk. And
Oh.
that really sucked. But I mean, like when Bakugan got big, like Bakugan was like banned from recess. Or like when picking teams for like football or soccer, like if there were girls, they had to get picked. Like you had to go like boy, girl.
So no one felt. I'm
yeah.
sure people still
Oh,
felt
dude,
left out.
yeah, and then there'd be like individual rules for like individual like people and stuff. So like if someone was trying to play soccer, they like had to get like they would like get to be like a captain or whatever, so they didn't feel like left out. And
That's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah,
How do
there's-
kids remember that? Maybe we had rules like that, but I don't remember. I feel like that's.
well, I think it's like only like would be enforced if like the teacher was around or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to remember other ones. I just thought you might since it was like a Christian school or whatever.
I mean, I think there were not that many kids around, so it was just kind
Sure.
of, hey, don't be crazy. Yeah, but in the wintertime, I was thinking about that, putting on like now I'm calling them overalls, snow pants. In the first grade, because it was a private Christian school, girls were not allowed to wear pants or shorts. It was dresses or skirts only. And so putting on a pair of snow pants on top of a skirt is the most ridiculous, especially as like I don't know, I don't know how old you'd be in the first grade.
You'd
8,
be
9?
like 7 or 8.
Okay.
Kindergarten's 5 or 6.
Yeah. Like trying to put that on, but like also not show everybody your underwear and like
Right.
becoming aware of your body at that age
Yeah.
was so weird. Cause I'm like, we're all just sitting in the hallway. Everybody from every grade that's going to recess right now could get a look at my hoo-ha right now if I'm not careful. So, but then I'd feel like I'd miss out on like an extra minute or two of recess.
Right, you're trying to do this
Because I tried to do it as quick as I could, or then taking them off. But then the girls that would like do it too fast, and then you wouldn't see their underwear, everybody ridiculed. So you couldn't really win. But after the first grade, finally we were allowed to wear khakis or slacks.
Why did they change? Why is it that age group? That did the school
It wasn't
change
that.
the policy?
Yeah, the whole school changed the policy because it
Okay.
was like everybody, even like high school seniors, had to wear skirts and dresses up until then. When I was in second grade, then the whole school changed.
Lord.
Because yeah, it was a little bit strict before, and we weren't like the most affluent family. Like we had Katie between the two of us. It was kind of nice. We were the same size.
Yeah.
We had like 3 dresses between us that we'd cycle through.
Jeez.
We
Laundry
had
every night.
yeah, we had a Pokemon, denim dress thing.
That's pretty sick.
That for some reason, like, we were wearing that to school.
Wait, that was a lot? They didn't have, like, a uniformed dress?
No, it was just anything as long as it went past your knees and was a skirt or a dress. Yeah. There was this other dress that I really liked wearing that was, like, blue and had flowers on the bottom that I remember one time during recess. I don't know if I just was so excited playing that I didn't want to go to the bathroom or what, but I peed that dress. I peed in that dress. And it's a weird thing to pee in a dress.
Yeah, it could probably just mostly goes down your leg.
You'd be surprised. And maybe it was just the way that the fabric was around my legs.
Were you sitting?
No, I was standing. Oh. But I don't know if just the movement, you know, even if it's going down your legs, you're getting it on your dress.
Sure.
So then they had to go and look through the lost and found to put me in something other than the dress. But then it's obvious because it's dress code. And then when I went back to the classroom I was wearing some, like, crazy bounce t-shirt that had, like, a clown on it.
Oh, man.
And then,
something
like,
that they confiscated from another kid.
Yes, and, like, short shorts that had, like, pink butterflies on them. It was actually kind of a cool outfit, if I'm being honest. I remember liking wearing that, but I just felt so exposed. I was like, I haven't been able to wear shorts like this since I was 4 years old.
Sure.
Because then my parents got weird about modesty.
Yeah.
But...
And so outcasted because you were so different.
Mm-hmm. But... We also, we had this one kid, Brennan. Brennan is great. I hope he's doing great. He was a little more feminine than some of the other guys, and he'd like hang out with the girls. And I don't, dude. Any chance that any of the girls got to like draw a little character or like a little frog, a little bear, a little something, we'd give it to him at recess, and then all of recess was just him pretending to give birth to these.
What the fuck?
Dude, it was so fun. Oh, it was so fun, and all the teachers spoiled our fun. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Okay, so we'd like... we would have like scraps of paper that we'd doodle little characters on, and we'd, come up with names for them, everything. Right. So then recess would roll around, and then we'd say, "Hey, Brendan, we got something new for you." And he'd like tuck it in his he had autism, but didn't know yet. And also wanted to read the Barbie books.
Okay,
we were very involved.
You're bullying an autistic kid.
No, we were not. He was our like best friend. We all loved him.
Right, you're just forcing him to shove.
No, he wanted to do this. This was his idea.
Right, sure. You convinced him that he wanted to do it because you're the cool, popular girls, and this is what he has to do.
Ethan, very sincerely, you gotta listen to me. This was his idea.
All right, I'm sorry. Everyone can't see the cheeky little smile I'm making. Yeah, I'm being very sarcastic.
Because we all loved Brennan. He was great. But all the teachers spoiled it. Like, I remember our first and second grade teacher, like, he wouldn't let him get the girl books, and she would also confiscate the babies. We called them the babies. So he'd come back after recess, the drawings that we did. After recess, she said, you cannot have this. You are not a girl. You cannot give birth. And then, like, he was just, like, sad then for the rest of the day. Oh, man. Doesn't that suck?
That does
so he
suck.
goes through all of recess giving birth.
I'm still confused on the physical process of it. You said he puts it down his pants.
Okay. No. Listen to me here. So, we start off with, we have our little doodle. He puts it under his shirt and kind of tucks it into his waistband of his pants.
Sure.
All of recess, we're just kind of following him around like these little nurses, kind of like, do you need any water? Are you doing okay?
Wet nurses.
Yeah, essentially all of us. Like, do you need anything? We're fanning him.
How have we not talked about this before?
I definitely have. I just haven't gotten into this much detail about it, I think. But, like, fanning him, going through the motions, he's, like, we get him in a comfortable position. He's on his back. He's doing his Lamaze breathing.
Yeah. You got his birth mix plan.
Yes. And so this was, like, I don't know how long recess was, but the whole process of recess was just essentially us giving him snacks and drinks.
Did someone ever play, like, his husband or, like, his wife or, like, a spouse figure? Because like if you're so involved in, and like I feel like that's such like
I mean,
like
maybe.
an obvious
I
part.
think it was just whoever was drawing it would be like a little bit more involved. But no,
Oh,
he was
sure.
the mom. He was
Right.
the mom, and he wanted to be the mom.
Right. But like I feel like like you're especially in like a Christian school, you're very nuclearized with your
Well, we were
familial
kids, and we
units.
didn't really. We didn't stick to the binary. We
Right,
didn't. We didn't really need
right.
to or
I'm
have
just
the
like I feel
expectations
like
for it.
children,
They mirror what they
yeah,
see.
they mimic what they know.
Yeah, yeah. We were doing some different. We were
Were
a
you?
new age.
Are you now? Are you maybe now interpreting it you as his wet nurses? Maybe you are all his wives.
I think there is definitely elements of that. Like, we all knew that Brennan was mommy, and we didn't know.
Brennan is mommy.
And whoever else is there wasn't. I think we talked about this. I think Brennan was not comfortable with anyone else really being in the picture in that way. You know,
Right.
it was just kind of like, yeah,
He's
you
like,
guys
"Hey,
can
you know
help.
what?
You
I'm
want
a
to
single mother, and I'm gonna raise
work
this
in
child
2 jobs?
all on my own.
Yeah.
I will have it all.
But so he would like give birth to them, like our first and second grade teacher. Oh God, she had the hardest time watching us doing this. He'd be like on his back, legs spread, screaming as he pulls out the
Holy
little
shit.
drawing that we've done under his shirt.
Incredible.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
Would he like cradle it in his arms?
Yes, absolutely, he would. And then our teacher would rip the drawing out of his arms and never give it back.
Dude, that's fucking. That's
Trauma.
What is Brennan?
Trauma. This is
Brennan's
why
a
I remember
serial
this.
killer.
No, he's not. Do not say that about Brennan.
I hope not, but like, come on.
And
I hope he had a nice home life.
his mom died from cancer.
Dude, this guy is an absolute serial killer.
He is
kills
not.
people that look like the fucking
Ethan,
teacher.
you better not say anything. I'm so defensive of Brennan. He was the nicest boy I've ever met and probably ever will.
That's what they always say.
Including you.
So they always say, I couldn't believe he'd done it.
No, and he had an older brother and younger brother. His younger brother,
Dude, had.
Ethan, shut up. I know that you're
Sorry,
drunk
dude, you
and
had
getting
it right
weird.
you had it right on the table.
But
for
you
me.
need to be nice.
I'll be nice.
And I don't remember his older brother's name. Kaysen, though, we would pick up from school.
Kaysen?
Yeah,
His name is Kaysen?
his younger brother. Yeah.
Wow.
And we would watch a lot of Digimon and Pokemon with him, actually. So he was kind of like our little brother for like a year. And we'd hang out with him for like an hour after school.
You've talked about this kid before.
Yeah. We've had a couple dudes just hanging out at our place, like Keegan, that was also like our brother.
Yeah.
I don't know,
we
anyone
didn't
that
Keegan.
any boys that came over, it's just our brother in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that was
Recess.
I did have fun with that though, and it was so sad every time. I remember Katie did this really good drawing of a frog once, and I think this was maybe one of the last ones. Because it got to a certain point that our teacher, I'm not going to call her out by name because I'm not saying anything nice about her this episode, would just like take them and never give them back. And then we'd say like, oh, you don't understand that Brennan is the mother.
Right. These are
This
his
is
children.
this is a drawing. Like, this isn't distracting in class. I mean, maybe a little bit, but like he would just kind of want to keep them on him or like set them on his desk and look at them as we're doing work.
Sure.
I don't see the issue with that. I really don't.
as long as he's
Especially
getting the
someone
work
with
done.
autism.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Let him have his fun.
Take off, dude.
And he wanted to read the Barbie books because we had a bookshelf
Right,
of a
'cause
bunch
Martin
of things
Short's
that you
in
could.
the movies and like, I mean, how could you not
I
just want to
know.
consume all of it?
And yeah, he wasn't allowed. But that's kind of, I think, maybe some of my first introduction into why I really like queer families and odd outside of just nuclear family stuff.
Yeah.
It's because of Brennan. Shout out Brennan. Single mom who works 2 jobs. What's that Reba song?
Can I base my character, dude, I'm pregnant, off Brennan?
You could.
So, like, we get, like, a history of this guy, like,
Might be able to reach out to him.
hey, Brennan,
You can find him.
give us a shout. Is it cool if I base
Brennan
a character off you?
Casing. What is his
Because
name?
I have a script
That
where
no, now maybe I'm just Casing is a
well,
crazy name for his younger brother.
maybe you
That's
don't
not right.
maybe you shouldn't use last names for people that don't want to maybe not be known per se.
Right. So I don't know his last name.
Right. But recess.
Do you have any crazy stories like that you remember from recess?
Dude, I'm really trying to think.
You really don't have anything quite like that?
Super insane like that.
But I don't even think that's super insane. We also had
Nuts.
in the I want to call it the jungle, but we called it the jungle, but it's just the woods. In the woods there was a certain area off the soccer field that had, I don't know what was with these branches. We called them vines because you could swing on them. So even like during PE, me and some of our friends would like run off because we had a fuck ass gym teacher that like would not pay attention to us and
Yeah.
didn't really care where we were or what we were doing.
My high
Like,
school gym teacher died in a grain silo.
you've told me that before. That's crazy.
He owned the farm across the street from the high school.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. My gym teacher would
town.
whip dodgeballs at me as hard as he could.
Yikes.
Like a college age,
God damn.
pretty, I wouldn't say the most physically fit, but I mean, you know, anyone that works out a little bit.
Dude, it's like when you're at the...
When you're like
what's
10,
the-
that's
what's
so
the-
scary.
What's the trampoline store?
The
what?
trampoline park? Are you
Yeah.
talking something
Bounce zone?
What's it?
Bounce zone?
It's not bounce zone.
Air zone?
Arizona? That sounds
Something like that.
right.
But you know, there's like the dodgeball area.
Yeah.
And there's always like two college guys who
Doing
just,
it
like,
way
that's
too
what they
hard.
do on the weekends.
Yeah. I never liked
God,
that.
that fucking would hurt.
There
I,
was
like,
one
hated
time
having to-
during dodgeball that I was the last person on my team out of like, I don't know how many kids. This was not just my grade also. So I was the youngest probably on my team, or you know, close to the youngest on my team. And then on the other team there were still like 10 people, including the gym teacher. No, I don't think he was playing. Because that wouldn't make sense for him to play. But because I was the only person left, he joined in with all the other kids and said, "Let's fucking pelt Abby as hard
Oh
as
my
we can
God.
to get this game fucking over."
Holy shit.
And I caught one ball.
Nice. That means you get a player back.
And we got a player back for a second because then as they were running on, someone hit them with a ball and then I got hit.
Well, I feel like... Wow.
I know. Like, he was not a good gym teacher.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like it.
No, I did have one good gym teacher that I liked a lot. Our only female gym teacher that would bring her son along sometimes. He was a cute little kid.
I loved my female elementary gym teacher also. Her
Yeah.
name was Miss Preston.
I don't remember
And
my.
she's now the principal of the school.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out.
No, the gym teacher that I liked, we only had her for a year. But that was when I had my Red Rover trauma.
You told me about this before. You
yeah.
should explain it, though.
Yeah, we were playing Red Rover, and, you know, everyone called everyone over. And I was the one person that was not called over, but I didn't really care, because I didn't want to have to, like, oh, let me choose my friends and try to run between their arms and break them. You know, that's fine, but that game did not appeal to me, compared to a lot of other
I
ones.
love Red Rover.
So I like, as we were ending, I was like, oh, you know, it's kind of a shame no one called my name, but whatever, I don't care that much. I think it was my sister and some of my other friends that told the gym teacher, hey, Abby was never called. She never got a chance to try. And I was like, oh no, like, it's fine. I don't need it. The gym teacher felt bad, and she was like, oh no, like, we can try. So she decided to hold hands with Jaren, one of the Jaren, yeah, one of the
Oh, the big
Bigot-
Yeah, okay.
more,
I
like,
guess I didn't
fit.
realize his name was Jared.
yeah, like, not just big, but like fit, like strong kids in the grade.
Sure.
They had a vice grip on each other, and I'm like, there's no way that I can run between their arms and break them. I was gonna choose going between my wimpy like girlfriends, like,
Right.
that was gonna be my choice,
Yeah.
but now I'm forced to do this and everybody's watching. It's not like everybody was still in a line. Everybody was just watching as I'm running between the two of them. Vice grip, I couldn't break it, obviously. I did give it my best go. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, if I've got this chance, I'm going to do my best, and maybe the gym teacher is going to be nice and be like, oh, look, you did it. No, no, that's not what happened. So I don't know if any of you guys have failed at Red Rover, but if you do, most of the time you just kind of fall backwards. We were playing in the gymnasium with like a cement floor. I fell back so hard and hit my head so fucking hard that I started like seeing stars and like my vision went
Wow.
kind of weird. Um, and then I missed out on recess because that was right after
Mm.
PE, and I had to sit with the vice principal and eat a corn dog, and she'd made sure that I was okay. I did really like our vice principal. She was great.
Speaking of bonked heads, this isn't my story, and I won't name who it is, but he was maybe the most popular kid in our grade. Maybe like one of the richest. Maybe I don't even know richest, but like I don't know. He was definitely very popular, kind of unliked, due to like his popularity and stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you think there's any chance you could keep going with this? And I go, we was? Or do you want to tell me this?
it is kind of a good one.
Okay.
I'll tell you, and then you can go. We was if that's all right.
Oh, God. I don't know that I've got that in me.
It will be quick. It will be quick. He was playing a basket. He was in a
Well, I don't
varsity
want you to
basketball
rush
game.
through it.
And he just gets knocked to the ground and he hits his head pretty hard and then he gets up and he's got a little brown spot in the back of his white pants.
Oh,
So everyone
no.
starts making fun of him for shitting himself.
Did they give him a nickname?
No, we never gave him a
And,
name.
hey, old skid pants. Oh, that would be awful.
I'll vent. I can figure out how to vent.
So,
Give me something to vent about. Talk about.
well, you should talk about
Vamp.
recess.
That's the word I'm looking for.
If you were to create a game that you would play during recess
Oh,
now,
That's
what would it be?
interesting.
What would it be, and what are the rules?
What would my recess game be? Because it can't be too complicated because it has to be able to be played by children. I love team games. Big into team games. I'm a big fan of Capture the Flag, so maybe we incorporate that somehow. I'm thinking out loud. Okay. It would be a variation of Capture the Flag and Dodgeball, played via. So there's teams. Let's call it teams of 5. Each team has 3 shields and 2 swords. We'll call them. The swords they have tennis balls that they throw at the other players. If a sword gets hit by a tennis ball, they're out. If a shield gets hit by a tennis ball, they're fine. The only way a shield can get out is what should we do? Okay, we'll start. That's like a baseline. We don't need to work out maybe the combat mechanic right now. The object of the game is capture the flag, and I think you play it in a fairly open terrain. Like think like a gymnasium. One team's on one end, one team's on the other. There's a flag or whatever someone's got to grab. And so 3 players get out by so maybe the shield, maybe we don't call them shields. Swords and so I mean blockers and strikers maybe, and like blockers don't get out, but they can't take the flag. Only the strikers can take. But I mean, who would want to be a blocker? Everyone would want to be a striker.
Oh wow, it sounds like you've really come up with something.
Yeah,
here.
dude, I really want to play what I've come up with. If I'm being honest.
All right, tell me what you came up with.
It is so okay. It's 2 teams of 5. Each team has 2 strikers and 3 blockers.
Okay.
And it's played in a gymnasium.
Yeah.
Or some sort of open basketball court.
Yeah.
It's a capture the flag, so flags on either side. Strikers have tennis balls that they try to throw at the other strikers, and if you get hit as a striker, you're out.
For the whole game, there's not a way to get back in.
Not a way to get back. Well, I think it's like played in rounds, like best of 3. You know.
Okay.
And then blockers don't.
Can you catch the ball?
You can.
Is it like dodgeball rules where if you catch it, then the other person's out?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No. Because I don't.
Just
think
if you catch it, then you're not out.
Right. I do really like the catch mechanic though. Maybe. I feel like maybe even if you catch it, you're out. And then blockers don't get hit if they get hit with the ball. But I feel like there should be a way that blockers can get out. Oh, maybe if they get like pushed out of the arena, like it's like blockers are trying to like go and like push the other person out. I really like that.
Ethan's coming up with
Dude,
something.
that's fucking sweet.
You're gonna
That's
have
like
to
sumo wrestling meets like handball meets fucking capture the flag meets
Yeah.
dodgeball.
You're gonna have to think about this, but this could be the new Quidditch.
Yeah, dude. What should we call it? E-ball.
Wimwatch.
Wimwatch. Holy fuck.
I was trying to think of Quidditch, but not
Dude,
Quidditch.
You want me and dude? You want to go?
Hey, you wanna play
You want to go
Wimwatch?
play Wimwatch with the boys?
Yeah,
I like that.
that's fun. I do like that. I didn't come up with any recess games while I was gone, but I did think of another recess story. Where did you ever have like recess where, oh no, it's raining, we can't go outside, and you just have
Yeah.
to stay in the gym?
Yep, board games.
I always liked those
We
days.
stayed in our classrooms, so like,
Oh,
our teachers
okay.
would have board game. But you could also go like in between the other classrooms from like your grade level and stuff to hang out with your friends.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's so fun. I always like the days inside. I do like being outside. But there was always something kind of fun because it was more rare to
Right.
be inside and kind of just mess around.
Yeah, I feel like when I was in like 4th and 5th grade, our teacher on like rainy days, she would like play movies or something.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I mean, my 1st and 2nd grade teacher, who was really mean to Brennan, she did have the coolest stuff in the classroom to play with. Like, we would do like Legos and stuff.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, and build, again, little forts, houses, and kind of do stuff with that.
That's fun.
But one of the rainy days that we had, this kind of just kept reoccurring. We were trying to come up with stuff to do, and we were older than at this point. The talent show was coming up. So me and my friends, Madison, with the head of the most popular girl,
Sure.
she thought, hey guys, we should all come up with a dance routine for the talent show. Wouldn't that be fun? And we can do the
That would be
choreography during recess. We made through 3 days of practice. We were
That's
trying to.
impressive.
It honestly kind of was, but we did not have any follow through to Teo Cruz's Dynamite.
Nice.
But yeah, we got through a little bit of the choreo, and when we decided that we weren't gonna do it, it kind of felt like the band was breaking up.
Oh,
you know,
no.
it was like, oh,
So sad.
because Madison didn't have the passion for it anymore. She was the one that spearheaded the project,
Yeah,
but thought,
dude.
you know,
Your
I'm not
creator
into it
lost
anymore.
Lost the juice.
And our creative direction, we were coming up with different types of choreo, and nothing was going together, and
The
we were all
vision
just
went blank.
insecure little kids. Yeah. But I did really like when it rained. What kind of board games would you play?
Man,
Do you
I
remember
I
any?
don't remember. I feel like
Were they like educational board games?
I really don't remember it because like honestly thinking back to some of those rainy days, the ones I remember the most are like the movies and then like trying to like going out to my locker to grab stuff from my bag because like I'm like hoping it's a rainy day and I feel like it's Bakugans because I feel like maybe my teacher was cool with us playing Bakugans inside.
See, I do remember when Bakugan was popular, but that wasn't ever anything that I really got into. Zuzu Pets was where it was at for
Zuzu
me.
Pets.
Do you remember those?
No.
It's not like a way to like play them necessarily, but it was just essentially a hamster.
Oh.
It was a hamster that had little wheels on it that would like go
Oh.
around and make noises.
Interesting.
So we'd like essentially bring hamsters to school.
Yeah.
Battery operated hamsters. But it was fun, and then we weren't allowed to take them out at recess anymore because I don't know
Yeah,
why.
someone's probably got broken and then the parents got mad and
Yeah, I don't entirely remember, but
Are you able to vamp while I go wee whiz, or do you want to call it at 48 minutes?
no, this is so early still in our podcast. I really didn't think that we'd have so much to say about recess, but I'm sure I
Yeah.
could come up with something.
Okay.
Um,
I'll be right back.
yeah, have fun. I'm gonna think about what I can talk about with recess. I'm gonna say other
You want to come up with your own game?
no. Other things that I would do out on the playground. We did have a tire swing. That was really fun when we were all little, but then at a certain point when you get a little bit older, You want to still play, but amp up the danger element. So we would all still get on the tire swing. Um, and to all the teachers and everyone who was watching, it was looking like, just regular, hey, you're on the tire swing. But we would, like, get as many people on as we could and then spin around as fast as we could, to also get as much height as we could. And a couple kids, so there was like a central bar on the thing that I remember my head got really close to a number of times. And I'd always feel really lucky, like, oh yeah, my face was like 2 inches away from the bar. I didn't get hit. That's great. But then one day, I'm sure, I don't exactly remember how it all happened, but someone did, as we were like spinning around and doing like as much as you could possibly do on a tire swing, someone hit their head really hard on the bar, and we were no longer allowed to do that. But that was something fun that we did. The playground used to be a good bit bigger also, but I think that they made it smaller because, I mean, it's a smaller school and there's only so many people that could watch the kids as we were all playing. But there is this really big, tall metal slide that was so fun. Oh, I mean, you'd fly down that thing so fucking fast. But there was this one time, like, with a slide, there's really not a lot you can do to be inventive with it. But I don't know what he did. I don't know what he was trying to do. Keegan, who would come over, he didn't even make it a foot down the slide. This slide, and maybe it's just my, like, second grade recollection of it, but this slide must have been, like, 10 feet tall. It was a really tall slide. Probably, I mean, that's actually probably pretty accurate.
The tallest slide in all of the land.
It was big, but maybe he was just getting situated at the top to slide down, but he fell off the very top part of the slide onto the, like, hard ground.
Yikes.
And there was something next to the slide, like in the ground, that I don't know what it was for, but it was like some plastic thing sticking out.
Yeah.
That he fell on, and his spine moved like an inch over, and he had to go to the chiropractor and was like not allowed to do much for recess for a while after that.
I feel like he should go to the doctor, not the chiropractor.
Well, yeah, but his whole family was kind of crunchy.
Okay.
So, it is what it is. We had a lot of teeter-totters. I don't know what happened to teeter-totters. When was the last time we've seen a teeter-totter on a playground?
Been a while. I mean, we didn't have a lot of teeter-totters.
But I don't understand, like, how they could be that, like, hurtful. I don't know what they could do that would, like, cause them to be banned from...
think about it, only 2 kids can use a teeter-totter at a time. That's not great, and they take up a lot of space.
Well...
Not efficient use of playground space.
You think only 2 people could use it. What about the third person who's in the very center of it?
Well, that's probably the person who's getting
their
hurt the
fingers
most.
Pinched.
Yeah.
Swings. Did you ever try to swing on a swing, go all the way around?
Oh, I always wanted to, but I mean, no, I never got close.
I always like swinging for the first minute or so, and then I just get nauseous. So, like, it hits me so quick, where I'm going, it's so fun, and then all of a sudden, get me the fuck off, or I'm gonna throw up.
Jeez.
And I still feel like that about swings. So, I don't know what that's about.
What about,
I think that's how you feel about spinning.
Chair swing. Yeah, I hate spinning.
So you didn't really like the merry-go-rounds?
No.
You have a merry-go-round on your... Oh, I used to love
Yeah, we
those.
had merry-go-rounds.
There's been a number of times that I would, wing that thing around as fast as I could and hop on, and my ribs would get beat up by the bars as I, like, missed it.
Yeah.
But
or like a tire swing.
I was talking about tire swings and how we do as much as we could and hit our heads on the metal bars, and we weren't allowed to do that
Would
anymore.
you not, like, twist it up so it would spin you super fast?
I mean, that was involved, but we'd like pull the swing out and, like, lift it as much as we could, and then you'd spin it, and, like, you could obviously lean out to get that momentum going.
Right. I mean, we would, like, while it was, like, on the ground, you'd, like, twist it up in the chain, and then you'd crawl into it and it would spin.
We had
One
one of
time,
those
oh, sorry.
dome metal bar things. Not quite monkey bar. I mean monkey bar dome thing. I don't know what to call
Mm-hmm.
it. Um and I always had a lot of fun on those, like just kind of being upside down, fucking around. There was one time though, I don't know how it happened, but I got my arms in a very weird particular position in it where the bar was on top of like my elbows, but my hands were coming up on top,
Yeah.
and I felt the tension so much in both of my arms that I thought they were gonna break,
Oh,
and I
jeez.
was like crying, and I had to get an adult to
Oh,
like come help
man.
me down because I was just stuck. I couldn't let go.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, I almost broke both of my arms on one of those.
Fucking crazy.
But I didn't.
Drew got a wood chip stuck in his knee from a
Ugh,
tire swing.
ouch.
Yeah, he just like fell off it when it was spinning, and he
Yeah.
fell right into a. Well, it was a wood chip playground, and wood chip
Yeah.
just went into his knee.
Ugh. Whenever, did you ever have the thing where you'd be swinging on a swing, and then if you were swinging in the same momentum as the person sitting next to you, you'd say,
Yeah.
"Oh, get out of my bubble."
Oh no, yeah, that means you're getting married. That's what
Oh.
we would say.
No, our thing was just, "Hey, get out of my bubble." Ooh, get out of my bubble.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
no.
everybody sound off in the comments. What do you say when you swing in the
Next to
same momentum
yeah.
next to someone?
I don't know. I'm kind of running out
You're
of
running out of playground things?
yeah, recess and playground things.
I mean,
and I'm getting so hungry.
yeah. Let's talk about wooden playgrounds. Did you have like a wooden?
There was one in Otsego, the town right next to us, Castle Park.
Yeah,
That was a cool one.
that would be fun.
Bunch of wasps in there, but it was
Ooh.
cool.
Yeah. We did have one at my school that I went to. That they had like there were some monkey bars, and then there were like 4 pillars in each corner, and one of them had like a fireman's pole down it. Which was so fun.
Mm-hmm.
But they got rid of it
Oh.
because I don't know if kids were hurting themselves on it. I think
I
you
feel
could
like
like
after a
slide
while-
down it and it would hurt.
Probably. Oh, the fireman's pole. You're
Yeah.
saying.
Um,
I mean, you're essentially just telling a kid to jump off a ledge, and you're hoping they hold on.
yeah, but also it's not like it was that far down.
Sure.
Yeah, I always had fun on that, but then we'd also like pretend it was a stripper pole, and we found out what stripper poles were. Maybe that's why it got
Maybe.
gotten rid of. Can't have that in the Christian playground.
Nope.
But yeah, that was always a lot of fun. I'm sure that we'll come up with more recess stories down the line if we can think of anything.
Yeah,
but
thinking of one.
I think Ethan might be a little too distracted and too hungry to
I'm so hungry.
come up with much else.
What
But
do you want to eat?
I don't know. Peas, meat, and potatoes? We have. I mean, I just had that last night.
I mean, we could do that.
We can see what we've got.
Yeah. All right. So we say goodbye then.
I think we probably should. I think that you don't have any. It would just be me talking then if we keep going.
I mean, do you have any more? I feel like I'm also
Like
running
out of
questions.
questions.
Yeah. Do you have any more queries?
Not off the top of my dome. I really don't.
Have you ever watched a show, Recess?
No. Don't know what that is.
Drew watched a bit of it.
So let us know in the comments below. Any
What do
crazy
you-
recess stories you've had.
Yeah, and what do you call when you're swinging next to someone?
Yeah. And shout out Brennan, if you remember me at all, any giving birth, I'll doodle you up another baby, and our teacher won't be able to take it. Oh, also we drew Gizmo for the pot. That's the cat that's walking across screen.
Yeah.
If you guys
We tried to
don't know.
visualize her. She's not in the room right now.
yeah, she has since left, but there's Gizmo.
Just walking.
Yeah, and you can hear her in some of our previous podcasts. I was
really?
listening through, and yeah, you can
Nice.
hear her meowing. So if you hear
cute.
any meows, that's her little Giz baby.
Oh, she's here.
Yep, she's ready for dinner, I
Mm-hmm.
think. But thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Hope it was fun to reminisce about recess for you guys, and I guess we'll catch you on the next one.
See you later.
Bye.